The evil King Rigo has killed many kingdoms to become the king of all. A title that no one is present to fear. He has murdered everyone that has stood in his way, and anyone who hasn't aided him. He's the only true living mortal, until something like a miracle happens. A daughter suddenly appears that resembles his lost, true love from his nightmares. He tells her about his dream while holding the child in his arms. Tells her she's stuck in a land of light that he cannot return to until death comes for him, and that he's never get a chance for that unless dies for a valiant reason, and he's scared that can't happen because of the mass carnage he's done to this world. He raises the child, and every day she asks, "Will I ever see my mother and you together?" He tells her no. "I am forbidden from entering the land of the light. I've caused so much pain to the world. It burns my skin to enter, and now without carnage I will die. But my child, you have done no harm to this world. You are a miracle. A combination of dark and light. You could bring her to me, and we both can finally be at peace. Your training starts today. Go to the castle of the skeletons. Ultrapot will assist you from here on out as my dark side when war strikes. He'll show you the style of the darkness. But beware, once you let the darkness take too much control, you'll end up the same as me." Her training begins, and she's so determined to become stronger, faster, wiser. Better than her father, she trains Eth the undead until Ultrapot feels she's ready for actual combat. But that was all lies. Ultrapot has been planning to overthrow the mortal king so he could rule as the undead, and the first step is to murder and devour the daughter for her powers. She slays the undead, one of her abilities. She discovered she could sense small bits of true intentions from the dead or living. "Thank you, my daughter. I should have ripped him from existence ages ago, but sadly he was me, and I was him. Nevertheless, I have a new task for you that's not to be taken lightly. You must destroy the last remaining village in the world. They have information on where your mother is being held. Do this, my daughter, and you shall reunite us with her." She followed the task and went off to adventure to this hidden village that had the information about her mother. While there were many, they were no match for her skills training with Ultrapot. She was quick and swift, cutting them down like paper to a fire. She slaughtered the entire village in only moments at a blink of an eye. She learned that technique once she took down the skeleton army. She absorbed their knowledge of a goddess so beautiful, no one could look at her for more than a glance. She resided in the last light-bearing area that hadn't been completely destroyed by her father. But then she heard her father's words from the past. "But beware, once you let the darkness take too much control, you'll end up the same as me." Instead of returning home, she goes searching for her mother since she knew exactly where she was and it was far, so she walks through the land of the light. Everywhere she walks turns to darkness. Behind her, she walks through the ruins and finds a grave and can feel in her bones it's fresh and new. It was her mother, and she has died recently, almost as if she has killed her with her presence being in the light. She then realizes her father's words about the darkness were true, but instead of herself dying, she destroys light and with it, her mother. She returns home to tell her father what has happened. But then she sees herself dead on the floor. "Father, what is the meaning of this?" she yells. "Ha ha 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 ha!" He laughs. "It's been 30 years since I've been able to visit those lands. That woman is your mother, but you are not my daughter. I've been using dark magic to create and reincarnate you for the last 30 years since she's infected that land with light. Now the world is mine forever, and you, my darling, shall be executed post-haste. I'm sorry, but it had to be done if I was to become immortal."